Hi, everyone. Let's give it a few minutes. It does take a while. Let me go. I was connect on the computer to make sure everything's working properly. So let's get there and see. Make sure you guys can actually see me. Okay, we're on. Okay, so just 1 second. Let me put you guys down. I'm using, right now, this is the Gardyn light. So the Gardyn light is very weird. It does have it extremely backlit. Oh, again, I'm Angeline B. I have to always say this. This is real life. Thank you very much for joining. Let me check on our, just making sure everything is good on the technical side, because it's just me for now. But eventually, there'll be people to check on the technical side for me. So, but for now, it is just me. So I have to do my tech stuff on my own. All right, so everything seems to be doing good. I'm just making sure. All right, good. All right, so we are going to be refreshing our gardens. Oh, I forgot one important step. So we are going to just figure it out. Usually I do put the garden. All right, let me show you. The phone tells you how much water is in there. So we're gonna just wing how much water is in there. I do know that it's time for the refresh. I do my refresh every month. And oh, before I go into everything, I just want to welcome. Let me see. Look, I gotta remember the things now. So I'm welcoming everyone. Thanks for joining me live. Hello, cultivators out there. We're gonna be doing a garden refresh. Here's our garden. The camera's gonna turn around hopefully shortly. Yes, you know what? Let's just do it this way. It's gonna be turning around shortly. Here we go. So we are gonna be refreshing the tank, cleaning out the old water, putting in new water, just rinsing it out, getting everything refreshed and clean. So we have 2 garden tanks to do that with. I probably will be doing just one today and setting up. I have to turn you guys around because I'm having trouble seeing. And setting up in our new area because we're going to be remodeling this area. So we did harvest the other day, as you can see. I do continuous harvest, so I harvested. However, they grew back. Salad is ready. Lettuce is ready to go. So we're gonna get this refreshed, and I'm gonna show you the steps. I'm gonna have to back it out here. That's gonna be where our new garden is gonna go. And our new garden. This one we're gonna move it to over there. So first things first, we need a towel to put down on the ground. So let's go do that. Get our towel. We're gonna go for aqua today, because why not? All right, so my shoes. I just put it on the ground here. Let me make sure everything's in frame. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have this one that's just light sharing. Let's take this off. Light sharing for you. Something is missing here. Okay, I was like, I ended up here, my degrees are in different orders than they usually are. This is not a lot of degrees, okay? Lots and lots of degrees here. Lots of level of education. And I was like, the red one's usually in the front because they're actually in accomplishment order. So my bachelor's is first. And then it goes all the way up. All the way up. So you go in here. I think I need to zoom in so you guys can see it. And you have this little thing here, and that's where the water pump is. So you take the water pump, you lift it up, and you hook it on. So you slide it up and hook on. See, this is why it needs refreshing, because stuff falls in, it's dirty, Just needs to be cleaned out. I do this once a month. I put Hydro Boost inside to add to the to stretch how long it needs to be. The water needs to be refreshed. Of course, the plants are continuously drinking water. The water has nutrients in it, but this is my monthly refreshing that we're doing today. Our handles on the side. Take out, open the handles. And then, so this is where I need my 2 hands here. Have it turned this way. I need my shoes because I'm gonna go outside. Let's put the Gardyn thing here. You hold it by the pipes, not the light. Light is very fragile. You don't want to hold it by there. I usually leave it on. Slide over my foot. Hopefully it's not water time. I should go look, but this shouldn't take too long. Lift it up, move it over, put it here. That's it. As you can see, the tank has a lot of water in it. I take this water and I put it in my cherry tree right here. So my cherry plant, some of these plants out here, that's why they're so giant. They get the recently added nutrient water. So let's head out there and we can check in on our plants that have been, what's going on with these plants? Oh, that are bolting, that we're bringing to seed. So we're gonna check on our plants that are coming to seed. Oops, I think I hooked on the door. So we got our mustard green here. Our seeds are growing in. They're very green. However, we need them to be a little more brown. I've been having them hold on to this to help out. Then we have our lilies growing. So these lilies are returning from the year before, and these are just being added in. So these are returning lilies. These are brand new ones. This is the time of year they naturally show up. These were at the store. So I guess they're waiting for their time of year. You can see we have our tulips have gone down for the year. This one we need to put in the ground, and then these are our generic ones that are still here. Every year I have to shape these plants. They just need a haircut every year. Who knows? And then these are our lettuce that we have left here to seed as well. This one is coming closer to seed. They're actually brown, turning brown. So the seeds on this one are almost ready. So we'll have a video soon on bringing the plants to seeds. And here they are. And then let's just take a visit to our tree amongst the roses. So we have, this one had a little trouble here. Our rose bush, we need some help. So we're gonna help that rose bush, but it did grow new healthy leaves, which is good. We're gonna have to do some pruning and upkeep. And then this is it's so bright outside, I can't see the screen. This is our cherry tree. So our cherry plant is doing very well here. And then this is our lavender bush that fainted immediately, but came back and is doing well. So this is where I'm going to pour the water, most likely in this section, to give them just a little bit of extra food and help them to have a good time. These plants are beyond thriving, so we're not going to give them, they've been getting the water when it's cold outside, and I don't want to come outside too far. So they've been getting the water this whole time. So, and they also get water off the guttering. So they're doing pretty good. So they don't seem to need any extra food. So we're gonna give that to our cherry tree. And then we're also gonna give it to our lilies that are just growing out, and we're gonna have to pull some of these weeds. We're gonna do a yard cleanup one day, and we also have to grow some sunflowers. So this is where the water goes. The very nutrient water. So go back in, and we're gonna put you guys here. And if you hear it start to creak like, let me know so I can come running. That the plant is gonna fall down. So I'm just gonna empty and pour it out in those places. really quick, and then we're gonna go rinse it out. I'm gonna bring you guys out in a minute. All right, so we got you guys. Also, let me get the lighting. I'm trying to turn the light on because when we go outside, I can't see anything. By faith, you guys saw what was going on. All right, let's go. I'm gonna also fill it up outside today as well. Okay, so we're here and we are going to add our water. So we got some weeds here also taking advantage, but they are definitely gonna be pulled today. We're gonna add our water to our lilies. To our seeds. Why not? These pests have been doing their best. All right, so the other one's gonna get the cherry tree. So how we fill it? So we take it here and do a little rinse. Let's see if the water's on. We're gonna rinse it out. After last time, finding out what happened was weird. So usually, as you can see, there's not that much residue. Just little leaves and stuff that fall in. So we're just rinsing that out. When I do this in the house, sometimes I use a little vinegar. However, the high pressure of this water is strong enough to get out most of the little items that may still be in there. So just got a little. Now also it's very heavy to carry. When I brought it out, it only had 3 gallons. However, it is a 5-gallon. And we are going to put the 5 gallons in here from now. But it's not going too far in, so it's okay. Now, my guesstimate of where the 5 gallons are is, when I'm doing it freely, is by these lines. I'm gonna fill this up. Water. So today we're definitely doing a guesstimate. What I'm gonna do is, after the video, then I'll just check the water levels to make sure, and then add more if needed. But for the most part, I usually fill it up to this line when I do it in the kitchen, and that is usually around the 5 gallons. If I need extra, that would say it's just a little bit more. So we are making sure we add in and we're resetting it up in a different location. So I'm just adding it up to the line. Of course, this is also not flat. So this also is giving us a different reading. There we go. Okay. So let's go back in and set this up. Okay, so we've got our garden here. But as I said, we're gonna set it up over there. So we're gonna do a little different setup soon. So right now, this can move. It's my summer purse. I'm gonna move this out the way. We are going to see my son's shoes, the team member shoes. Let's get a broom. Sweep out a little in this corner. This is for our previous heating system. It's in the wall. We don't use it now. I like to keep the garden against the wall because all of the lights, there's either the wall facing outside, but not to then overlight another room. And then that's where it's gonna go now. It's our new garden. So it has the plug and everything. That was for our old heating system, but now we don't use it, but I know how to get the plug out. So we're gonna be moving our garden there. So let's get our water now. Our tank. So we got our tank. I'm gonna put on this welcome rug, which definitely needs to be cleaned today. So this is pre-Saturday morning cleaning. Let's. Again, it's very heavy. And put it here. And it takes up such a small footprint, which is always great about the garden. We're gonna have it here. Just to give me some extra space when I'm putting it together and plugging it in, and then I don't want too much of the light to go upstairs, so it's gonna stay right there. While we have it open, let's get the food. So we have our food and our measuring. Depending on where your stuff is at, we're gonna add the food in right here. As I said, this is pre-Saturday cleanup. Next step is Saturday cleanup. We're gonna do a whole cleaning video. Also, our Roomba is not feeling well today. So we have to manually help it out until its new parts come in. Okay, so first thing we have that we're going to be adding is our Hydro Boost, which is basically hydrogen peroxide. It helps manage algae growth. We do have a lot of algae growing. It lowers the pH. It's very good. So I use it. As you can see, we don't really have an issue with algae, only when we have some plant issues. This is 5 gallons. Even if it's not 5 gallons right this second, once I put the system back in and check the app, I am going to use the, I'm going to add more water to make it 5 gallons. So we have 4 teaspoons for hard water. I use the water from outside, not inside today. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It sounds like he's there fixing his car to the same tune. And then we have our food. Now, I ordered food, so food is on the way. If I use the garden food, we have enough, however, for this. Oh, let me close the door because I had it open for us to. We're gonna add our nutrients. So the nutrients, I have mature plants. So I put in the full amount for the mature plants. It's supposed to be 1 per gallon. Is that a new measurement? The measurement changes. Yeah, 1 per gallon. Blooming and farming of flowering. So we're gonna we're emptying it out. We empty the clip here. This is the end. 1 is on the way. You can't, they kind of limit your purchase. 1 is on the way. Let me get a spoon, a larger spoon to mix this up. That's what I usually use, a spatula. This spatula is old and we have a replacement. So I'm gonna use this one today so that the water doesn't all sit at the bottom. So I give it a quick mix. It is a little short on food. However, the rest will be coming in within about 2 days. And I do have the other food too. So let me just add some more food so we have the correct amount. Another container. Just add it so we have the correct amount. Wait, what's at the end? It's hard to get out of this container. All right, there we go. All right. Now we have the right amount of food. I like to mix it in like this. It just makes it a little easier, especially for the refresh. When we're doing the regular one, that's different with the refresh. And now since we're moving it, we're gonna unplug the other one and bring it over. So we're gonna have to unplug and allow it to reset. So we're bringing it over. So we're lifting. I gotta leave the stuff in the back. As long as the little windows are open. Make sure nothing gets into the water. All right, and we lower it right here. And there we go. So as long as the handles are open, it usually falls in. As you can see, the handles are closed. Moving it, there you go. So now the handles have closed. And then we lower, you gotta remember to lower the pump back in. See, as you can see, the light is a lot easier to manage when the light is off. So this is what the garden looks like without the lights. It's nice and clear. I have an app for the thermostat, so I'm not too concerned about having to reach it on a daily basis. We get a piece of paper towel to clean this. Get a little cleaning done. Clean in here. We check the roots. Sometimes I do this and check the roots together. However, we check the roots when we were harvesting. So the roots were checked earlier this week. Cleaning here. Let's get a little clean. Get the corners. There you go. New home. This is the third home for this garden. This is our garden. We call this one Fresh. So Fresh is the oldest garden that we've had. They're both 4.0s, but it's just a few months older. And it started off in the dining room because the dining room is near the kitchen and we're going to be eating. So that's where we started off. Let's plug it in. Board back here. I'm deciding whether I should push it in the corner and have this table come out and put a chair here. We're going to reorganize this a few ways to see how we want it to stay. So I put it back in, let it reset, put the cover back on. You can see we cleaned up in here. Put the cover back on. And then let it start. So it takes a little while to load up and start. And that's how we refresh our garden. We just let it start, let it come back on. Let me make sure the switch is on. If you just put my hand back here, see if I see the light. Yep, switch is on. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. There we go. It takes a few minutes. Back here is a little damp. Just gonna wipe it. And there we go. So our fresh garden has been refreshed. Here it is in our new home. Whew. We have done, it's hot today. We got it cleaned up, refreshed, and moved over. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, cultivators, for joining. Let me know how your gardens are doing. Let me turn around to look at you guys. Whoops. Thank you for joining. Let me know how your gardens are doing. Let me know what plants are thriving on your garden as well. Which ones are growing? Thank you all for joining. For more information on refreshing your garden tank, please visit my webpage, AV Gardening. And for extra support and more videos with more details, please visit us at Patreon to support my channel and support me. Thank you very much for joining. I've been Angeline and the team, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and put on the notifications so you get notifications for when I'm going live. So I'll see you next time, and goodbye for now. Stay green always.